Hello and welcome back, bitches, to the RZW Smackdown, where we will be reviewing the week-by-week demise of the Vagina Division. I am your much heralded commissioner and, of course, reigning Couch Cup champion, along with my friend and two-time Couch Cup champion himself, Jay Cushman Corsel. So how does it feel to be 1-0, Jay? Because I can tell you, for me, it feels like I just ran ruckshot through a virgin whorehouse.
All right, well, it feels fucking great to be 1-0, and not only 1-0, but the highest scorer in the league. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's break down week 1 results for all the douchebags in the league that have very likely to even log on to our sites and setting their shitty lineups in week 1. Go ahead there, Rob.
Yes, indeed, they likely have not. So let's start this week's matchup breakdown with the biggest beatdown of the week. And that would be Jim's, a.k.a. we like to call them the Jimmers, blowout win over the yet still European vacationing.
Nous voulons commander à déjeuner, please.
Visiblement, votre prof de français devait être complètement nul. Vous ne comprenez pas une broche de notre langue.
Okay. And let's see, Lay's infant, desire, a hamburger and frites.
Quel accent remarquable. Chicago? Peut-être Cleveland.
And I believe I speak for the entire group when we collectively say we hate you. David Kinsley.
Fuck you, Dave. Fuck you.
Yes. 176.8 to 134.5. Now, I will say Dave did put up a respectable number. There's what we would expect, of course, coming from the Nomad division, but the Jimmer came out of the gate with a dominant performance by one of his studs. You might have heard of him, one Mr. Calvin Megatron Johnson, putting up a whopping 39.4 points. I say again, 39.4 points.
The Detroit Lions, everybody.
Yes, and I will say that Dave had the Jimmer sweating in his panties when Julius Thomas put up 3 touchdowns and 35.4 points himself on Sunday Night Football, of which I was, of course, attending as a Denver fan. But it wasn't enough to make up for one of the shittiest starts of the week, Dave, the Saints defense, giving you a dismal negative 4 points. Nice job to the Jimmer. Hats off, kind sir.
Dave, negative 4 points from your defense, dude. Really? No, whatever. We'll move on. Let's go to the rookie, Robbie Gould in the 5th, Eric Dillon's team. And, I'm going to commend you a little bit, Eric, for the absolute ass-whooping that you gave Ryan Early, a.k.a., and it sounds like aptly named team, My Year Is Over. And, Rob, maybe his year already is over in 1 week here. I mean, Ryan, how can you, as a veteran, possibly lose to the rookie Eric when he starts like some Miles Austin and rookie Mike Evans totaling a meager 12.7 points? I'll tell you how. Because Ryan's team blows. And when old man Frank Gore is going up against the worst D in the league, the Cowgirls, and scores less than 7 points, and when Zach Stacy, who may not even be the lead back in St. Louis anymore, scores 6.1, and Vincent Jackson scores less than even Eric's Mike Evans on the same team. Yeah, the same team. Oh, gosh, guys. Look, nice job, Eric. Nice job. The rookie got one. And, Ryan, do some work, man. Better get that team in shape. You start facing guys from the Nomad division, you might as well just grab the old ankles.
Better work that waiver wire there, big fella. All right, now let's move on to another woodshed beatdown, and that would be one Mr. AJ Unchained put down on his brother rival, Black Dynamite, to the tune of 153.8 to 111.8, the lowest score of the week. Nice start there, Deldre. Andrew Luck and the stud AJ Green led the way for AJ Untrained, and this one, both scoring over 30 points respectively, with his only miscue being starting Jason Witten over Antonio Gates. But, Jay, who would have done otherwise?
Not me.
Not me. Not this guy. Meanwhile, Black Dynamite's demise in Week 1 was led by, good Lord, Eric Ebron, scoring an impressive 0 points. I mean, Jay, who the fuck starts a rookie tight end in week 1 in a 10-person league, no less?
Apparently Deldre does. And I just got to say something here real quick, Deldre. Dude. Man. I'm a Lions fan, bro. And I wouldn't even have started Eric Ebron in week 1 or any week this season because he's probably not going to do much this year, and that's coming from a Lions fan, dude. Just saying.
Yes, and outside of beast mode, Black Dynamite's RBs let him down big time in week 1, with Lacey only scoring 7.5 points and leaving the contest early with a concussion. And Doug, I'm overrated Martin, posting a miserable 2.6 points. And also spending time on the sideline, not just because he was actually truly hurt, mind you, we found out later from the coaching staff, but rather because the coaches thought Bobby one-hit Rainey is actually a better player. Wow, good luck with that clusterfuck all year there, buddy.
And now, well, let me just say and reiterate once again how great it feels to be the highest scorer this week in more ways.
Now, Jay, are you the highest scorer? Or are you the highest scorer?
I'm both, man. I'm both. I guarantee you that. So listen, my championship-bound team was all it could be this week, and after dumping some rookie dead weight and solidifying my running back core, look, the rock pile is headed for yet another playoff run, guys. Get ready. Prepare your anuses. You know, Rob, I was never really worried about the Chump Cup wiener, Raj's team, beating mine at all. You know, that's not to say you didn't post a decent score. You had 135.4, but I do got to say this, Raj. Your receiving core looked like they may have posted the best scores they will all season. You know, Andre Johnson's already questionable. Macklin is one slip on a banana peel away from the IR list. So, you know, I guess I'd have to say the only wins you'll get this season are probably going to come from when you play the guys in the vagina division, because with a team like that, you are not going to get a freaking win in the Nomad division.
Yeah, looks like he's eyeballing another Chump Cup there, Jay.
Yeah, well, if the shoe fits.
It's what he does. And last but certainly not least, Scotty Scott. Did you really think I'd forget about you, buddy? Did you? Did you think? You know, after all the trash talking that you guys saw on Facebook and the ridiculous bets that the functioning, and I say functioning quite loosely, Falcoholic spewed in the champion's direction prior to week 1, I ended up toying with him for a bit and then bending him over and making a woman out of him, just like I predicted. Boom! You know, Jay, my team is so good that even after my 2 best players, possibly 2 of the best players in the entire NFL, Jamal Charles and Demaryius Thomas, shit the bed, I still managed to beat Scott by almost 20 points, and that was with my kicker and defense. By the way, Phil Dawson, you were dead to me, being outscored by 13 points. You know, Scott, you were the second lowest scoring team of the week. You barely beat out your fellow Vagina Division counterpart, big surprise there, Deldre. So turn down the I have a great team chatter and settle in for yet another missed playoff, dismal, humbling season.
Humbling. I think it's going to be more than humbling. I think it's degrading. There's got to be some better words than humbling. I mean, just, you know what, Scott? This year you are going to be the Nomads Division shithouse bitch.
Shithouse bitch. All right, Jay, so let's look at and cover the Week 2 matchups going on here in the Red Zone Warriors Fantasy Football League. So go ahead and start that off for us.
All right, well, let's start with Raj's Romo's Recruits versus the Jimmers' Whore Island Ocelot.
Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
Jim is projected to win this week barely by 2.9 points. It looks like a tight matchup. You know, these guys are both part of the Nomad division, so, you know, whatever happens here happens. But really, Jim has Megatron, doesn't he? So, well, Raj, better luck in week 3, bro.
Better luck in week 3. Next, we'll move on to AJ Untrained versus the not-so-functioning Falcoholics that he is surprisingly, shockingly, mind you, supposed to win via the projections by 3.9 points. But Brad, that being said, feel free to leave out your RB and wide receiver 1 in this one because, as I proved last week, you won't even need them to humiliate the Dirty Birds like I just did.
Yes. Now, moving on to my matchup against Eric's Robbie Gould in the 5th. That is such an aptly named team. Versus my rock pile.
That's how fucking hard the rock pile is. Hard as fuck.
Who is projected to win by 11.9 points. All right, now, listen, rookie. You had a nice debut. You even got a win. But this week, the big dick of reality is going to slap you in the face and leave a huge mushroom stamp. All right, so just remember, Eric.
It's not personal, Sonny. It's strictly business.
It's only business. Now, cruise control versus the champ Shiva winner.
Kandakram Shiva, Kamini Soma Kandakram. Hey Shiva, Kamini Soma Kandakram Shiva.
Projected to win in a landslide, 16.3 points. You know, prepare to go 0-2, Dave, because the champ is coming for you, buddy. And maybe you can borrow some lube from Scotty, because he knows how it feels.
Once I got used to it, I found it to be a little less painful than dealing with the airline companies. I just power up the flexi grips. And I'm ready to go. Thank you, it.
But don't worry, buddy, because even after I have my way with you, you'll still get the last laugh because, of course, you're off in Italy or Switzerland or some such amazing fucking place, and, well, I'm not.
Yeah, and neither am I. Again, reiterating, fuck you, Dave, you lucky fucking bastard. All right, so the last matchup of the week is between the low scoring of last week, Deldre's Black Dynamite, more like Black Firecracker, versus Ryan's My Year is Over. Well, maybe your year isn't over. You're projected to win this matchup by 24.8 points, bud. So, you know, what we have here is clearly the two leading candidates of the 2014 Toilet Bowl unleashing their man boob teams on each other in historic cat fight. You know, try not to fall asleep for this one, folks. It's gonna be boring.
You know, in closing this week, I'd like to reiterate how so very bad the vagina division truly is, Jay. I mean, just as we predicted prior to the season.
You know something? You suck.
I mean, first off, the heralded Nomad division is already an undefeated against the Vagina division at 1-0 and soon to be 2-0 when your Juggernaut team mops the floor with the rookie this upcoming week. You know, Jane, if that's not bad enough, the 3 lowest scores of the week, mind you, all under 115.1 points, were, of course, from the Vagina division. You know, it's clearly named that for a reason.
In other news, water is wet.
All right, until next time, ladies, keep sucking. We out.
Later, bitches.
Fantasy, football, fantasy, football, fantasy.
Like an end zone that ends in a waterfall.
A shower that showers you in tiny footballs.
It's a football fantasy like no other.
Like having a best friend that's your quarterback brother. Fantasy, football, fantasy, football, fantasy. If you like football and you like fantasy, football.